yet. We've got championship boys 4x8s, followed by girls championship 4x8s, and then our unseeded athletes will be after that. So the 4x8, a real fan favorite here at Franklin Field, especially in the form of the pen relays. Of course, these athletes getting a taste of what that might feel like if they haven't competed. But we are at the fastest party on the planet, and we are going to have our championship boys seeded 4x800-meter relays on tap right now. Wearing hip number 1 from Cardinal Newman High School in West Palm Beach, Florida, it is the Crusaders. Wearing hip number 2 from Blue Springs, Missouri, this is the South High School Southside. Wearing hip number 3, you know their names very well, this is the McNamara Mustangs. Wearing hip number 4 from Westerville, Ohio, representing Western North High School, this is the quartet for Westerville North Track Club. Wearing hip number 5 from Butler High School, this is Vandalia. Representing Manheim Township, this is a very steady quartet, looking smooth in those blue kits. From Lexington, Ohio, this is the Lexington Minutemen. Wearing hip number 8, the Pride of New Jersey, this is Union Catholic. Wearing hip number 9, Ridgefield High School from Connecticut. Wearing hip number 10, representing Worthen Track Club, Bloomington North High School's own quartet. Wearing hip number 11 from Northville, Michigan, this is 6 Mile from Northville High School. From Harriman, Utah, this is the quartet from Harriman High School. We just saw them in fantastic action in the decathlon. This quartet represents IMG Academy from Bradenton, Florida. And rounding out your field, wearing hip 14 from Rockhurst High School in Kansas City, Missouri, this is Rock Racing Club.
I have a feeling, Kate, that this is going to be a fan favorite. I mean, Dave earlier said that he wishes at NC's there was a 4x800. I mean, the fans are they're on their feet here at Franklin Field. They're ready for this one.
This is one of the, I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities as a true mid-distance runner to put together a strong relay. And when you can have 4 guys, again, you're pulling some of your 400 runners up, you're pulling down some of your milers or your 5K athletes, but the 800, this is such a fantastic race. It makes for a great relay, too, because it's a short enough event, right, that it doesn't get too spread out. You're still going almost top gear. And again, we're only at the completion of day 2, so a lot of these runners relatively fresh at this point in the game. Meet record in this event was set last year by Westfield Track Club and a very speedy 7:36.26. National record set over a decade ago, back in 2011, by a quartet out of Long Beach, California at 7:28.75. That's a record that has stood for a long time and for good reason. But again, that meet record could be under some contest here. Keep your eye on the clock with each successive split. 7:36.26 is what we're looking for.
And here on the home stretch is where a ton of the fans are right there in these athletes' ear. I mean, I'm sure the coaches are like, lock in right now.
Well, it's going to be a very exciting race here in our seated section of championship boys 4x800s. And an explosive start. We are underway. Athletes hurtling over the cones on track. They're meant to stay in their alleys around that first 3 turns, I should say. And when you're this antsy, it's hard to keep that in mind, but you're also carrying a baton. You're trying to just keep control of your space.
I mean, you're absolutely right. The Mustangs are the ones who actually have the pretty comfortable spot right now, sitting on the inside of that rail. I saw a ton of elbows getting thrown. It's all in the name of the game, especially for this 4x8. But I just hope to see no batons getting knocked out of any of these athletes' hands.
That's always but like you said, stay on your feet, keep your baton in your hand, and that's about all you can ask for here. And up front, it is McNamara Mustangs, and they are being led off here by a very capable athlete. I believe that's Dean Solomon. We're going to keep an eye on this 4x800 relay, but we are also going to hear from a fantastic competitor in the form of Mr. Schroeder, who just set a new meet record in the decathlon, 7,092 points.
National record holder, our meet record holder, and our national champion, Winston. You're a freshman. You're competing against the big dogs here. Was this a bit of a statement?
Yeah, it was. I came here to get things done, and that's what I did. And still have some other events tomorrow, and going to get that job done.
Now, during the pole vault, it was a 12-point differential. One of your better events, the javelin. What's going through your mind when you pick up the jav?
I was just confident and trusted in my technique and my coaching, and just got the job done.
Within 1,000 points as a freshman of the national record. Is that coming next?
It is coming next. First, I want to break the USATF 15-16 national record, and then that's it from there.
The sky's the limit. We'll see him breaking the records again. Winston Schroeder.
All right, big
youngster there in the decathlon, and we are back on track, and we can tell you that at the completion of our first leg, it is Rock Racing Club who is in the lead. They opened up with a 150-120, and they are under very strong competition from behind in the form of Worthen Track Club, also opened in a 151. And now making some moves behind, it's McNamara Mustangs and Harriman as well, and I believe that's Micah Tang for Harriman, who is running this second leg, and he has brought that team back into the competition here, swinging wide around that turn. A little shoulder glance from Worthen. Rock maintains the lead position. It is set to be Jake Bond up front, leading things for them in this second leg, but that is Tang, who has made a big move in the opening lap to get himself into second for the Harriman group.
And Harriman always has a pretty good relay team. We saw them last night in the 4x mile, and they are looking really, really great. But as we say that, it is Worthen who has come back and taken over this lead and just shot right into that curve.
Well, you'd think, given the grimaces on their faces, they were coming up on an exchange there. They still had 200 to go, and like you said, this is like our runner from Worthen has just come alive. This is set to be Jacob Mitchell. Our leader for Rock takes over again. Again, that's Jake Bond coming up to the exchange, and it is going to be Rock maintaining their lead position at the second exchange. This third leg is going to be a fast one. Rock continues to extend that lead over the field. Worthen sitting in second. And that was a 153.88 for Bond for Rock. 3:45.08 at the 1,600-meter mark. But Rock looking really comfortable up front. Andrew Davis meant to be their third leg.
But coming up on him is still Harriman Track Club. They are not giving up anytime soon. And like I said, we just saw this fight out of them just last night.
Well, they know how to get the job done any way they need to, and what a run here by Harriman. That is Tayshawn Ogomo, who has put in a gigantic thrust of speed here, and he is leaving a very capable runner in the form of Andrew Davis in his dust as he swings wide. He's got just under 300 meters to go before the next exchange, and he is just powering away. Look at the turnover. Again, when you know what's on the line for your team, it can spark something in you that you did not know you had. Less than 200 meters now between him and the final exchange.
It absolutely does, Kate. I mean, he just hit a completely different gear and made me nervous a little bit. Like, did he know that he still had about 300 meters to go? But he is just killing it right now. All Adomo.
Well, look, at halfway, they were on pace for meet record, and we'll have to see what this leg was, but a really fantastic push there. And Harriman is going to put themselves in the lead with one leg remaining. That was a 1:48.9 split for Ogomo, and no wonder that team has gotten themselves into a very comfortable cushioned spot here. Don't count out that foursome from Rock. Henry Acorn meant to be their anchor leg. This is Jackson Spencer for Harriman, and they have again put themselves in a position to demolish this meet record. They've got to keep this turnover high, and again, what's difficult here for Spencer is he's doing it all by himself, and he's just having to run blind, commit to it, and go all out. Imagine that someone is right on your shoulder this whole time. You better believe as he comes around, approaching one lap to go, he's going to have his teammates whooping and hollering for him.
Yes, his teammates are right there in his ear, cheering him on. They're going to be over there in the right of your screen. It is all Harriman. They are on meet record watch, Kate.
Well, 6:30 at the split. That means all he has to do is run a 66 final lap, and they're going to get it. So unless things absolutely fall apart, this is going to be a massive time. This is going to be an extraordinary New Balance Nationals record. And we see his teammates sprinting across the field now. Just over 200 meters separate Harriman from victory and a new championship record. You know what he is thinking right now. He's got to keep driving for home. His teammates cheering him on the inside. This stadium is coming alive. Things are electric, and Jackson Spencer is on his way to anchoring his team to a new meet record in the championship boys 4x8. The time to beat 7:36. It's going to be well under that 7:26.15 unofficially, and you better believe this. We just talked about the national record of 7:28. That is a new national record, 14 years in the making.
Wow, 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 Kate. I mean, records are meant to be broken, and that's exactly what they did. Like I said, we saw this same quartet last night in the 4x mile. These guys already have a race on their legs, but they just used that as a warm-up. They looked fantastic.
It is not every day that you see history of that type being made. This was something special. And talk about putting it together when it counted. 149.9, 148.9, 152.5, and then 154.7. It mattered not. Every single runner turned up to get the job done today. And that foursome of Jonah Tang, Micah Tang, Tayshawn Agamo, and Jackson Spencer did the job.
And look at that start. Jonah Tang did not have to push himself up to the front. He knew exactly what he was capable of. They handed it off in about fourth place there, but they were still extremely confident in their abilities. Warthen took it out strong, but Harriman knew exactly what they were capable of. And I just love seeing their teammates come around and cheer them on as well.
Well, again, I read those splits in reverse. So it was 154 for Tang for the opening lap, or for the opening split, and that left him in fifth place. So from fifth to first, and again, it took the magic of each of those four runners doing their very best, coming away with a huge new meet record.